Coming up on Friday Night Live, Bakersfield and Fresno teams collide, plus an East Bakersfield rivalry renewed with both teams unbeaten in this one. Friday Night Live starts right after this.
All the top games around Kern County. 23 FNL with Stephen Hicks. Brought to you by Kern Schools Federal Credit Union. Together, we have something special.
And welcome into another edition of Friday Night Live. I'm Stephen Hicks.
And I'm Brandon Johansson.
Wow, Brandon, there was more than a few Central Valley showdowns.
A lot going on tonight, including a big rivalry in East Bakersfield.
So much to get to, but we begin with our game of the week. That is, of course, Stockdale hosting Clovis. The Mustangs off to a perfect 3-0 start, hoping to emerge as one of the teams to look out for entering league play. But their opponent tonight thought to be one of the best teams in the entire valley. That is, of course, Clovis, the Cougars. This is first quarter, in fact, first drive. Quarterback Trey Lake connects with Clayton Alexander for the game's first score. Just 32 seconds in, the band is still filing into their seats. But Nick Maiden and that defense would respond. Maiden intercepts this one, takes it all the way to the house for 6 points. Blocked extra point makes it 7-6 Clovis. Just before the half, quarterback Jacob Ruley for the Mustangs scrambles, able to make something out of this play, throws it up. Jalen Smith on the other end somehow comes down with that. Check that play out. Well, just before the half, some craziness, about 6 penalties, and then a fan gets ejected on the sidelines of Clovis, takes him out of field goal range. 14-7 your score at the end of the half. But second half, Lake able to connect with Tyson Frazier. This touchdown ties it up. Now on the ensuing kickoff, Elijah Ortiz would return it down to the 5. 3 plays later, punches it in, gives the Mustangs the lead back, but Clovis would respond again. Lake finds Frazier, ties it, headed into the fourth. Back and forth affair, though, ends on a failed 2-point conversion for the Mustangs.
Coming off a loss to Central, where the Patriots failed to score a single point. This week, they tried to get back on track against another tough Fresno area team, unbeaten Buchanan. The Bears scored 56 points in their last matchup and would be looking to get on the board first, and they do just that. With just under 5 minutes left in the first quarter, Zach Presno would take the handoff and take it to the house for 52 yards. The Bears would take a 7-0 lead. But on the ensuing kickoff, Johnny Balderas would take the kick and return it all the way. Now the Patriots, he had a great game. The Patriots would go on to miss the extra point. So it's 7-6 Buchanan in the first. Fans are loving it, obviously, and crazy play here. Bryson Falconer's pass is deflected. Grant Bice jumps in to save the pass from being intercepted. He then takes it into his own hands, makes multiple defenders miss, and takes it in for 6. They would then complete the 2-point conversion there. And at that point, it's 14-7 Liberty, and then the backbreaker for Buchanan. Johnny Balderas adds to his big game with a pick 6. Liberty would add 2 more touchdowns and win it 35-14.
Well, Centennial on the road against Bullard tonight. Things started out well. Gabe Cherry able to sack their quarterback Jack Taylor. But on the Golden Hawks' next possession, Will Alexander, that quarterback for Centennial, intercepted by Josh Kelly. He returns this for a few yards. A couple drives later, it is again the Bullard quarterback Taylor rolling out, finds Marcus Fulcher, who is somehow able to find his way into the end zone here. Watch this move. Right there, and he finds his way into the end zone. Centennial falls in this one in Fresno. Well, Tehachapi still looking for that first win of the season. They were on the road at Bakersfield Christian, a team riding a 2-game win streak after their opening loss to Garces. Brandon Wingle, he's the starting quarterback for the Eagles. Remember, he started the season as the backup. BCHS thinks they have their quarterback now. Wingle pump fakes, then overthrows his receiver. Ball lands in the hands of Troy Noda, who takes it all the way back. Check this return out. Not all the way back to the house, but to the 20, and a few plays later, Warriors able to capitalize. Paul Stevens hands off to Tyler Metzler. He takes it in, 7-0 Tehachapi at that point. They made the drive down the hill. They're loving it. Well, just before the half, Wingle scrambles, finds Jeremiah Foster, and this thing is tied up at 7 right there in the back of the end zone. Just throw it up to him. He's so big. Young fans, as they do the dab. I don't know when that's going to go out, but
it's not.
I think you don't think it will?
Never.
Okay.
It's great.
Fast forward a few minutes, left in the fourth, still 7-7. Stevens out at quarterback for the Warriors. In comes Chris Garcia, hands off to Connor Tim, but he coughs it up. Eagles recover, and they march down the field with 40 seconds left. Wingle finds Foster again, and the Eagles, who had this scoreline, they escape with a home win, 14-7.
Wow, what a game. And no matter the record, whenever East and Highland meet, it's a rivalry game worth watching. We mentioned this earlier, but this week had a little extra as both teams entered with a perfect 3-0 record. Now, East High, you can see there, everybody getting together, getting ready. East High not wasting any time, getting the offense going. Sophomore Richard Lahr with a screen pass to Jonathan Monroe for a huge game. You can see him running down there, and that would actually set up a Blaze touchdown just a few plays later. They went up 7, coaching the guys' ears, making sure that they keep the train rolling. And they do just that when they get the ball back. Raymond Marquez here tacking on his second rushing touchdown of the night, but the Scots and their fans very determined to get on the board before the half. They would do just that with an absolute dime here from Zeke Arambulu to Bo Brannon, who takes it all the way, bringing the Scots within 7 and closing out the half. But Laura saying, anything you can do, I can do better. As he lays this one up there for Alan Lopez. Lopez would then drag his defender another 10 yards, and that may just be a top play of the night. Be sure to stick around to see if that makes it here. You can see it again. Go up and get one there, Alan Lopez.
He's done that more than once this season.
It's amazing. I've never done that ever. Both teams would go on to score again, but it would be the Blades who keep their perfect record alive and claim the rights as the Kings of the East.
So a lot to get to tonight, a lot that we just saw, of course, Central Valley Showdowns, but still to come. Shafter Golden Valley.
A good one.
We're going to look back at BHS Chaminade and Independence. Their offense got rolling in this one. You're going to want to stick around and see highlights. Friday Night Live continues right after this.
The force is strong with Shafter High Band, and you're watching 23 ABC. 1, 2, 3.
The force is strong. I think Coach Perucci might have had a say in that. Well, in their first 2 games, the Drillers stifled opponents, winning by a combined 94-7. Last night's opponent, just as dominant. Chaminade of West Hills in the San Fernando Valley came in averaging 48 points per game. Drillers' first game in Bakersfield this year at Memorial Stadium. First half, It is Caden Ochoa with the interception. He takes it all the way to the house for 6. That gives BHS their first lead of the game. But the Eagles' junior running back, he's already getting offers from D1 colleges. TJ Pledger, he is at force all night. One of his 2 touchdowns. It was a 28-20 game with under 5 minutes to play. Defense stayed tough. Justin McGill comes through with a huge sack on 3rd down, forcing the punt. But after the Drillers marched down to the 5-yard line, Shane Jones fumbles with less than 40 seconds to play. One of 4 second-half fumbles. And Coach Gola's side just falls short in this one. They'll host Valencia next week at Centennial.
It's the game that you voted for. This week's 23 ABC Fan Pick of the Week is a showdown between Golden Valley and Shafter. Shafter coach Gerald Perucci coaching his first home game at his alma mater. The Bulldogs looking to get their first win on the year. Golden Valley, short 5'6" running back Donovan Bravo takes the rock to the house. No one can stop him. You can see there he's heading down the sidelines. No one able to get to him. Shafter trying to come back in the second quarter, but Golden Valley's Carl Jones would take this pick 6, letting him get up there, grab it, and that, if you want to get that back, that's a whole 100 yards, my friend. And he does just that, making it 14-0. No one able to even touch him as he's making his way down the rest of the field. That is a long run. I'm tired just watching it. Golden Valley goes on, and they would win this one 36-12, a big win to get their first win of the year. Be sure to head to turn23.com to vote for next week's Fan Pick of the Week. Right now, it's the Arvin and Taft game that's winning our online voting, but you can change that. Be sure to cast your vote before Wednesday.
Well, it was an eventful game between Independence and South. Falcons looking for their first win of the season against the Rebels. Second quarter, quarterback Junior Lehman hands the ball off to Jeremy Mitchell, and he goes 60 yards for the touchdown strike. But watch what happens. Our camera person, Allison, got hit. Come on, guys. She wasn't even on the field. How does that happen? Anyways, later on, putting Independence, that was 14-7. Rebels looking for a big play of their own. Second quarter, Aries Harris, that is Antonio McThrow. McThrow should have been a quarterback with a name like that. All the way across the field. Score now even at 14 apiece late in the second. 3rd down on the 48. It is Lehman again, finds Taryn Young, and he would take it all the way. Falcons offense would explode in this one. 49 points in their first win of the season. West, also a team looking for their first win of the season. Hugo Santana, quarterback at Foothill, he would find Alonzo Smith, and Foothill leads 13-0 in this one. But later, West, with their backs against the wall, Foothill continuing to put the pedal down. Santana connects for another one, but West would come back in this one 19-7. They would make it 19-13 with a handoff to Dante Duplessis. And West would take the lead, and they would never look back in this one as they pick up their first win on the season. So a lot of schools, Brandon, picking up their first win of the season in week 4. Still a lot to get to tonight.
Yeah, a lot going on. We got some great top plays coming up. You're definitely going to want to stick around to see those.
Friday Night Live, back right after this. Welcome back to Friday Night Live.
A ton of big games tonight.
So many big games, we ran out of time. Our top plays, our best segment of the night, we're going to have online in seconds. Friday Night Live, Garces, San Joaquin is tomorrow. Have a good night.